Good morning, everybody. This is Brittany at Big Cat Rescue in Tampa, Florida. Oh, Smalls already has her zoomies going on. So I've been promising, and there's Shiloh. I'm passing all the bobcats, but I've been promising to start a live with Loki. Oh my gosh, how do you walk by that? She's just showing her belly. So Loki's a Savannah cat that's super shy and elusive. And usually can only see him before breakfast, for me anyway. So we're gonna try it because I know the feeders haven't left yet. There he is. He's on top of his house. Hi, Loki. Hi. Oh, if it'll let me zoom in. Hi, cute boy. Will you stay out and say hi to everybody for just a minute? Just 1 minute. Some grooming. So good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us this morning. It is a beautiful day. It's already about 70 degrees here in Tampa, Florida. Hi, cute boy. Hi. You are just so darn cute. I'm zoomed in from the tour path because I was afraid if I unlatched the gate and tried to get closer that he'd just run. So, and I don't want to freak him out before breakfast. You getting all cleaned up before breakfast? Little Loki. When I think of somebody trying to keep Loki as a pet, I'm sort of like, I just picture that he probably hid under a bed or like behind a couch all the time. And then as soon as people would leave the house, he'd be out running around. So yay, you guys all caught alive and you get to see Loki. We're zoomed in from a distance, but it's better than nothing. Thanks to everybody that's sharing his link, and if you guys have sponsored him, that's wonderful. You can sponsor him at bigcatrescue.biz. Right on the homepage there's a spot to choose sponsorship kits, and we now have 2 ways to sponsor the hybrids, and that's either download or the traditional sponsorship kits. You're so cute. Look how fluffy you are. He's still got his winter fluff. Jessica, Loki versus Diablo, who's more elusive? I would say Loki at this point. But today is Diablo's rescue anniversary. He's been here for a very long time. I was shocked when I was scheduling that. He's very shy though, and I promised my really good friend Sarah, who used to be an intern and a volunteer here, she's very fond of Diablo. And so she's always like, it's his anniversary or it's his birthday, can he get something special? And you can't really make a big deal out of anything for him because he'll just hide. So hopefully this afternoon I'm going to take him some spice bags like I did last year and just let him have a good time. But we're looking at Loki. I was just talking about Diablo. You're so cute. I wish we hung out more. I gotta start bringing you something. He has no problem when it's time to eat. He'll run right over to his feeding lockout and he'll eat and he'll stay out for that, but I can't film when I'm feeding him, so. Are you smelling? Look at that cute little face. Yay. It's hard to say if it's from past or breed. I think it's probably a little bit of both. Because Tut's not a shy hybrid, and Simba Savannah's not that shy, and Beecher we know is not shy. But Diablo and Loki are, so. You're right, Chris. I have been corrected. I could do it with a GoPro, but the problem is I don't usually get put in the small cat sections for feeding. I'm almost always feeding the big cats. Look how little he is on top of that den. So cute. I figure we will go back over and see Shiloh. This is also one of the most active times of the day for Shiloh. Most likely to see him up and moving. All right, cute boy, you gonna stay there while I walk by? Oh, you let me get a little closer. Hi. Hi, cuteness. Of course, you got like a vine on your cage. Yeah. You're so cute. So cute. Oh my goodness. I think I just saw somebody ask about giving tigers, ooh, sorry about that, giving tigers a vaccine. We call them into their feeding lockouts and basically have them closed in that area, and then we can use boards, kind of like you saw us use with Servy, and we can kind of squeeze cage them into a side where they like are leaning against the side, and then just very quickly there goes the vaccine. A lot of the medications we do are mixed in with their food. You're Shiloh. He's talking because he sees Sue and Nisha. Are you talking? Oh, we're very excited. Yeah. We're getting the breakfasts. Yeah. Say hurry up. Hurry up. Yay. Yeah. Say hurry up, Nisha. So cute. You're so cute. Are we gonna watch you have breakfast? This is Shiloh Bobcat. He's gonna get breakfast. Yeah. This will be a good example to show you how large his enclosure is. Yes, Jaden, bobcats do purr. Everything up to a cougar does. So this is level 2 intern Nisha, and she's feeding Shiloh. It looks like he's getting chicken thighs and a ground beef diet. Oh, the unicorn's out. There's Filmo. And he's gonna head on over to Lockout where Sue is. Wow, what a good boy. It's like seeing a unicorn. He might be going for it. Wow, that's shocking. Good job. Right into feeding lockout. Well, we'll stay quiet because I don't want to spook him. But we'll watch Shiloh finish up his breakfast. There's a layer of wire here, duck wire, that keeps birds from stealing their food, vultures and things like that, but makes it a little hard to watch. Might be able to see in the background, you'll see movement in that other lockout, and that's Filmo. So if you guys just joined in, we've seen Loki, Savannah Cat, and Shiloh and Filmo Bobcats having breakfast. But you can always rewatch this or save it for later and watch it at dailybigcat.com. And so the next cat they'll feed, Sue, is heading over to Loki now. For everybody asking about Gilligan while we're sitting here, hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm trying to talk quietly because I don't want Filmo to not eat. So Gilligan's exam yesterday was definitely not planned. We saw how he was acting right after breakfast yesterday, and as soon as the vet got here, we brought him into the hospital for an exam with Dr. Nguyen. She did not find anything obvious that would be making him feel a little icky. Could be the fact that he had flea meds last week and ivermectin on Monday, although he did not eat that. But he woke up very, very quickly and was very, very active. I mean, just walking back and forth in the hospital cage. I watched his camera pretty much all evening.
Are you done?
And it looked to me like around 10:45 last night, Gilligan did eat some food. And then he, around 1:30 in the morning, started digging up all of his blankets. And by 3 in the morning, he had completely rearranged the enclosure. But I haven't been up front to talk to Lauren or seen Catherine yet to know if we're going to keep monitoring him before he goes back out, or how much he actually ate, or really any of the details. So that's just from my own eyeballs watching the Nest cam that we had on him in the hospital. So, but it did look like he ate pretty late last night. And if he does go back out and I'm on property, we'll try to make sure you guys know about that. It sounds like possibly after the staff meeting today that I'll be going back down to the area where we've been searching for that bobcat. They set camera traps and live traps up in the area yesterday, so we'd be going back today to just check on them. But we will roll with it. It's been a pretty crazy week already. On Monday, they had me, since I'm a rehabber now, they're wanting us all to get more practice on netting the cats. And since we had to net Lovey to do her vaccines, I got called in to do that. That went really well. And then yesterday, Carol wanted me to help net Gilligan, and that was a step up. You go from like a 20-pound bobcat to a 35-pound lynx. That was intense. But Catherine and I got him with the help of Dr. Nguyen, so.
Oh, now he's gonna go groom. I'm gonna groom for a little bit.
Yeah, all that on top of the fact that I was gone for 4 days because I was in South Carolina seeing my sister and caring for my mother with a broken hip. 2020 is shaping up to be pretty crazy busy. So Shiloh's done with breakfast, but Filmo's still over there. Catherine, yeah, all the rehabbers have access to cameras for Romeo, but so does the public. Those are the explore.org cameras, so everybody can watch him. Yeah, I actually answered a long email this morning, somebody very worried and kind of questioning like what we're feeding him and when we're feeding him, things like that. We're actually in the process of changing his whole schedule at this time, where he's not going to get the cut up meats anymore because he wouldn't be getting that in the wild. So we've got to focus a little more on his hunting skills. So we're also going to reduce, we were doing AM and PM visits out to rehab, and we're not going to do 2 times a day for much longer either. Yesterday I only went out the once, but we also had the emergency with Gilligan and all of that. So every day is unpredictable and busy. But we watch him 24/7, and so do the camera operators, so they are in good hands. This is Filmo, just finishing up breakfast. Looks like he knocked some of it off his plate. Angie, we think that Romeo's visitor is actually a wild bobcat. It's really hard to see in the video and the photos, but it does look like it has a little bob tail.
I wonder where he's gonna go now.
Be cool if he wanted to hang out, but I doubt it. Probably gonna go back to that.
Oh, he's heading this way.
This is how I got all those photos of him that one time, was right after breakfast.
Hi, Filmo.
Where he was grooming. He likes to hang out under this platform.
Hi, cute boy. Can we visit with you for just a minute? Just a minute? Just while you groom?
Yeah, it's a very nice day so far. It's almost 70 degrees, I think, here in Tampa, Florida. Oh, I think somebody asked about the palmettos out in Romeo's cage. Yeah, that was just to help give him a little more privacy so that he wouldn't feel so exposed. Also, on the opposite side where the tubing is for the prey, where we put the rats in and stuff, that was to kind of mask that as well, since they wouldn't be eating out of a white tube in the wild. He's so sweet.
You're so sweet. Gotta clean those big bobcat paws. Hi, cutie pie. Thanks for hanging out. He's like, okay, but I'm done. Gotta clean my feet.
He has a really big den back there that he really likes. All right, well, we got to see Shiloh and Filmo have breakfast. We actually got a really good glimpse of Loki. Looks like Smalls and Mrs. are out doing their thing.
Hi, little lady. You playing with your neighbor?
Yep. They're gonna get breakfast soon. My goal, though, is to walk down and show you guys Diablo today, even though I think later I'll try to do some enrichment with them. But I'll have to just quietly film, and then maybe I can share the video on Instagram and then send it to Deb and Luana for Facebook. By the way, Deb, I did add quite a few GoPro videos to Luana's folder on Dropbox. I just forgot to email her and all the chaos.
Hi, little girl. You being feisty with your neighbor? Yeah, okay. Hi.
You're all riled up. This is Smalls Bobcat. And where'd Mrs. go? Her and Mrs. have been playing. They're just neighbors. They don't live together. I don't know where she ran off to. Oh, I see her now. Oh, she's over there playing with Simba Savannah. That's new. I'm telling you, sometimes just moving the cats to a new enclosure just brings out a whole other side of their personality.
Miss, are you playing? Say, come play with me, Simba.
Simba's behind his lockout bear, and Mrs. was just going crazy.
What are you doing, silly? Oh, she's gonna be elusive this morning.
I was gonna do the GoPro Monday night during my meds.
Hi, Simba.
This is Simba Savannah.
You gonna come yell at me like last time?
But that's when we got the call for the Bobcat, and we had that presentation Monday night that Lauren needed to be at. So Lauren offered to cover my meds so that I could go on the rescue. And therefore I didn't do meds on Monday night, so I didn't get to do the GoPro for meds time, but that's my goal for next week. And then I'll have some more videos. Now she's over here laying in the grass. And I'm wondering, for all of you that are supporters,
Miss.
what types of videos is it that you would be wanting to see?
Oh, lady, don't growl. I know, what is that noise? Oh, the many sides of Mrs. Oh, lady. You're too cute to sound like that. Yeah, but you're a true bobcat.
She's so goofy. Well, I think what it is, yeah, they're using a leaf blower to clean up the porch area at the gift shop. And that's most likely what has her upset.
Are you mad? I know, that's loud noise.
Oh, she's snarling at me.
Your neighbor is snarling at me. Oh my. Yeah.
These two couldn't be any more different. You got Smalls and her cute little chirps.
And Mrs. and her big rough growls. Oh, baby.
Yeah, I would not want to run into a wild bobcat in the wild ever. You see them in these cages and you're like, they're so fierce. I can't imagine if that fence wasn't between us. Smalls getting a drink of water. We can see if Perfection is out. I'm going to be heading back that way anyway because I want to head down towards Diablo since it's his rescue anniversary today. No, Mrs. has split personalities. I can definitely say that.
Oh, there's Running Bear.
From being her operant keeper for the last few years. She is, some days she's like a perfect little angel and she does everything that you want her to do and she's calm and sweet. And then other times she's just straight up attacking you.
Hi, Bear. You're so fierce.
Running Bear's lived in captivity his entire life and he's still that fierce. I love his little waddle.
His little old man waddle. Bear, where'd you go? I know, that's kind of a noisy leaf blower. So noisy.
He's so silly. So silly. Oh. Total cat. He's like, oh, you want to see me? I'm literally going to go right behind this den and not show myself.
Oh, he was sneaking. You were sneaking up on me, weren't you? I'm sorry, I ruined it for you. Sorry I ruined it. He was gonna come bombard me and I screwed it all up. It's like, fine, I'll hang out on my coolaroo. On your coolaroo. Mister.
Oh, Jessica, I like that. You know I love my Zen moments. Can definitely do that.
Yeah. No zombie bear.
So cute. Okay, well, lucky for you guys, I do have a Perfection in sight. Perfection's an ocelot.
Hi, lady. Hi. Are you grumbling?
Well, that's probably what we're gonna get from her. She's like, you didn't bring me more food. And now she's gone. Christy, the Coolaroo is the little like mesh bed that's lifted off the ground. Here's Breezy. Hi, Breezy. Hi, cute girl.
Oh, I know. Are you grumbling too? Wow, everybody's so grumbly over in this section, except for Smalls. You can always count on her to not growl at me. They all are like, no food? You get a huff, a gruff, and a growl, and then I'm gonna walk away from you. So Breezy's also a bobcat.
Yeah, she's like, no, you don't have the food, lady. I don't need to give you attention because you don't have food. All right, well, we saw a lot of these cats yesterday in this section. So let's head out this way and head down towards Diablo. If you guys want to see Loki Savannah, you'll want to start this from the beginning because that's where we started. It is. Maybe it's just a Wednesday attitude. Everyone's like, bleh, it's only Wednesday.
Morning.
Can at least give you a very pretty view for anyone who's somewhere that's gloomy and cold. There's a nice breeze. It's about 70 here in Tampa. These are our solar panels that run all of our tiger pools. For anyone asking about Gilligan or Romeo, I went through both of those updates along with the bobcat we've been looking for that we got a call on Monday about. So people in the comments can either help catch you up, or you can rewatch this as soon as I close down the feed. We're pretty much just gonna head towards Diablo. That'll probably be it for today because it's such a busy day ahead. Get ready for the staff meeting, and then again, if we're gonna go south to check camera traps. We'll see if anybody's around. Diablo is out. Hopefully they're not eating. This is where his enclosure starts. He's very shy though, so there's no guarantee. Oh, there's a woodpecker on that tree.
Where's Tiny Gentleman? Dee Dee. Oh, you're right there. Hi, handsome. Oh my goodness, how handsome are you? This is Diablo. Diablo is a Savannah cat. Hi, mister. Did you have breakfast yet? I don't think so. If I come back later today and give you some enrichment, will that be fun? It's his rescue anniversary today. I did make a post on Facebook about it. You just gonna not look at us? He's got the most beautiful eyes. They're like a greenish blue. You just don't wanna indulge me? So handsome. Very sleepy and very handsome. Diablo is more of a golden color, but he's real spotted, which King Tut is not. But he does have like a, when he's in the sunlight, he's very orangey gold. Janice actually, Afton posted a really wonderful video all about enrichment yesterday. It's on our Facebook page, but it's also at bigcattv.com. And it'll explain all the different types of enrichment that we hand out. But they all have permanent enrichment in their enclosures, such as platforms, coolaroo beds, and non-destructible toys. And then we hand out like spice bags and sickles and perfume tubes and things like that pretty much daily. But it's a different variety pretty much every day for every cat. Yep, this is Diablo. We're just lucky he's laid here this long. He usually will get up and bolt away. So if you guys aren't subscribed to the supporter program, you guys should definitely do that here on Facebook. That's where you'll get all those exclusive extra videos that I was asking about earlier. I'll have to go back through the comments and see what kinds of things you suggested and share it with Luana and Mary Lou and Marie. And all right, tiny gentleman, I'll bring you fun stuff later, okay? And then hopefully we'll get some video. Isn't he beautiful? See if Alethea was out. We don't see her all that often either. Where's your girlfriend? Diablo loves Alethea. Where is she? I don't see her. Oh, now I see her. Oh, she's creeping. Creeping up. Are you sneaking? Oh, I ruined it. She was sneaking. I ruined it. I'm sorry. She's hiding behind this. This tubing is actually what has the electrical that runs to Diablo's heating pad for when it gets cold. Are you eating grass? Such a cat thing to do. This is Alethea. She's an African serval. Nope, I didn't have anything interesting, so see ya. All right, everybody. Well, you can rewatch this at dailybigcat.com. You'll get to see quite a few of the elusive cats. And you'll get the verbal updates on Gilligan and Romeo and the unidentified Bob. Hi! Now there's your cute little face. Little tiny gentleman. And Diablo, I think, is one of the cats that could really use some more sponsors. You can do that at bigcatrescue.biz, and you'd find him in the hybrids. The smaller, shyer cats that we don't always get a ton of photos and videos of are usually the ones that could always use some sponsors for their care. Since it's his anniversary, it'd be a good day. Thank you guys so much. Thanks to everybody who helped in the comments and shared this so we reach more people. Thank you, Deb, for all of your help. And thank you for the donation as well. I hope you guys have a great day, and if anything else fun or interesting happens today, I will see you guys soon.
All right, mister, it's time for your breakfast, I think.